Uplifting. Uplift is a developmental process to transform a certain species or group into more intelligent beings by other already intelligent beings. This is usually accomplished by cultural, technological, or evolutional interventions. In Mass Effect, the Krogans are the prime example of this. And the issue here is that Krogans were uplifted from a technological standpoint and nothing else. They weren't given the biological or cultural benefits, which more than likely resulted in the Krogan rebellions. That's not to say the Krogans are necessarily at fault here, but that's a whole different video. What we can do here is have two non-spacefaring races, the Uplifter and the Uplifted, and present them in a sort of Cold War scenario. This primarily comes down to the migration of the Uplift race to a different segment of the planet or moon, where they reside for a couple of hundred years. Not all of them, but the majority. But due to ecological disasters, sea levels rising, nuclear war, and/or global warming, the Uplift race seeks to return back home to more favorable land. However, this has not been occupied by the Uplifted, so tensions arise. Furthermore, there's a cultural issue at hand. The Uplifted race has gone on to uplift other species and seeks to uplift more. For the Uplift race, this is careless and these actions need to be stopped immediately. Because in their eyes, the more intelligent beings on this planet, the more races will lead to less resources, less land, less food. They might even uplift Krogan-like creatures, and eventually, civil war. The other side, on the other hand, the Uplifted, views this as a gift, a religious necessity for those species that have proved themselves. Now, throwing some back and forths, a superiority complex by the Uplifters, and a couple of misunderstandings, and you have a story with no clear right or wrong answer. A typical Mass Effect question with no typical answer. Because there's nothing typical about Mass Effect anyways. The fourth dimension. In 2185, the virtual alien Starship entered a Stellarian inhabited system. These are beings that have digitized their minds and uploaded it into a virtual world, their metaverse if you prefer. And I do like this concept, but let's go a step further with a new race. A lot of you might not have read their three-body problem, but one of the points it touches on is the ability to access a different dimension. Now, why a species would want to access this space can vary. There are many quirks and some of them may allow you to interact with other dimensions in different ways. But for this particular new race, it was used as an escape plan to avoid another species that predates the Leviathans, one that considered themselves the true apex race. Now, what happened to the other multiple species and this villainous race during this era is unknown. All we know is they're gone, and the fourth dimension race that escaped don't know either. But they made it very clear on their return to the third dimension. Your Reapers harvested life, they tell you. They had reason. These ones only seek destruction and seem to have no cause. This can tie in exactly with the main story, as Liara is the focal point of this investigation, working hand in hand with our new fourth dimension allies, supposed allies, to uncover this mystery. And there is one race that might be able to shed some light, and it's probably the most dangerous known to the galaxy, at least for now, and that's the Leviathans. I'll let you guys fill in the rest of the potential story.